Phoebe, who was trapped in the desert, was extremely thirsty. Finally, when she found a water source, she was so excited that she immediately scooped up a handful of water and was about to put it into her mouth. Unexpectedly, it wasn't fresh water at all, but a mass of sticky liquid. Just then, a strange chirping sound came from behind her. Phoebe turned around upon hearing the sound and was astonished to find a unicorn. In her shock, she didn't notice at all that the desert under her feet had begun to change. Seeing the unicorn becoming increasingly restless, Phoebe instantly sensed that something was seriously wrong. Into critic helmet, Phoebe, roll it to Usidean narrowly, avoided the huge mouth. Monster dot it turned alphabet, so Khaled water source earlier. Was just stay trap set with Eminster. Sabbath Bethuniker Phoebe saw. Hope you in the corner in front of her, and closely followed her. Suddenly, a Jekka called past them. People cliphouse Denita. Accidentally discovered Severa. Gecko eggs. Without hesitation. Shegab let them up. Then she. Casually rebet Thegek B-side. Aaron's masha did against Daston. Only when Thegek was dead. Phobus started weeding. After that, Phoebe continued on her journey following the unicorn. Finally, some trees came into view. Phoebe keenly realized that there was likely to be a water source here. As expected, after some hard digging, a clear spring gushed out. Without a word, Phoebe scooped up the spring water and gulped it down. After having enough to eat and drink, they continued their journey. But when they passed through a desert area, it was eerily quiet nearby. Phoebe instantly realized that something was amiss. Before she could react, the stone wall suddenly shook violently, and a huge creature burst out of the ground and rushed straight towards Phoebe. In order to protect Phoebe, the unicorn stepped forward bravely and engaged in a fierce battle with the monster. Unfortunately, the unicorn was stabbed by the monster's sharp claws. Seeing this, Phoebe's superpowers were instantly awakened in her body, and she pushed the monster away. She leaped into the air and landed on the monster's back. With all her strength, she broke off the monster's armor. Then, seizing the right moment, she jumped into the air and crashed heavily onto the monster's head. Under Phoebe's continuous attacks, the monster finally stopped breathing. Ignoring her exhaustion, Phoebe immediately bandaged the injured unicorn. However, the venom had already penetrated deep into the unicorn's body, and it was now on the verge of death. In order to save the unicorn, Phoebe endured the intense pain, put her palm into the blazing fire, grabbed the flames, and then slowly placed them on the unicorn's wound. After a while, the unicorn miraculously began to regain its vitality and stood up again.